it's important for us to show unity within our community.
Two Lexington high schools coming together during a football game tonight to honor a 15-year-old killed in a shooting. We are learning more tonight about the case against a Southern Kentucky man accused of trying to kill his father-in-law. UK fans receiving an early look at this year's men's basketball team tonight during the annual Blue-White game.
This is WKYT News at 11.
Good evening on this Friday. Some much cooler fall-like air has arrived here in the Bluegrass, and it looks like Saturday will have a chilly start. We begin tonight with WKYT meteorologist Jim Caldwell and your no-wait weather forecast.
Tell you what, Sam, that chill's already showing up for many of us out there now, because you got to think, yesterday we were in the low 70s here in Lexington at least, and you go beyond that, we were in the 80s for several days, and now tonight we are sitting at 50 degrees, getting our winds out of the west-northwest around 8 miles per hour. So it's going to continue to feed the cooler air into the region here tonight. Area-wide, you're going to find where we get a little bit of clearing, like out toward Fort Knox there, already down to 43. So if the skies would clear a little quicker around here, we'd certainly be talking about a quick drop in temperatures. And that's where we'll likely end up once the skies do clear up. 48 common in eastern portions of Kentucky, Jackson, Prestonsburg. We go through the overnight hours and into the early morning, and there you see that chill that awaits you tomorrow morning, right around 37, 38 degrees to get you going tomorrow morning and into the day. Now, temps are going to balance out next week, that closer to normal after we get past this weekend chill, or at least the first part of it, because on Sunday, we're back close to 70 degrees. I'll track that and the normal week coming up.
It has been a difficult week at Lexington's Lafayette High School. Students and teachers have been mourning the loss of 15-year-old Trinity Gay. She died last Sunday when Lexington police say she was caught in a crossfire of a shootout outside of a restaurant. Trinity was a student and rising track star at Lafayette High. Tonight, the school honored her before a football game. WKYT's Garrett Weimer has our top story at 11.
It's easy to see this community still hurts, but they still feel Trinity's spirit here.
She's watching over us. Everything happens for a reason.
As they gathered under these lights before the ritual of a fall Friday night, it was a small gesture, but it was powerful.
Our friend, classmate, and student, Trinity Gay, was taken from us far too soon.
Opposing teams joining arms, standing together for a moment of silence, paying tribute to Trinity and standing up against what stole her from them.
We are united, and we are putting forth every effort to stop this violence.
Trinity Gay was a student here at Lafayette High School, but because she was an athlete, running track, cheering, kids from all over the community knew her and now feel her loss.
She was the most fun-loving, happy girl I've ever met, honestly.
Members of Tate's Creek's cheerleading squad also stood with Lafayette, showing their support too with Long Live Trinity.
She'll always be with us, and she wants us to be happy.
Even when competition on the field divided them, there was still plenty to remind them they're all in this together.
I know everything happens for a reason, and that was God's plan for us. And I just want everyone to be happy and just follow in her footsteps.
In Lexington, Garrett Weimer, WKYT.
Trinity's funeral will be tomorrow at noon at Southland Christian Church on Harrodsburg Road. In a Facebook post tonight, Trinity's father, Olympic sprinter Tyson Gay, said he wants to explore ways to mentor and support Lexington's youth long-term to keep her spirit alive. Tonight, police in Laurel County have arrested a man they say tried to kill his father-in-law. Shane Anders has been charged with attempted murder. Police say a home care nurse found his father-in-law with an oxygen cord wrapped around his neck this morning. New at 11, WKYT's Monique Blair talks to investigators and a neighbor.
I'm just blown away.
Christy Hood says she can't believe the news. She says she was hanging out with her friend, 32-year-old Crystal Anders, just last night.
Everything seemed fine with her. She just said, I need to get back because Shane will get mad for me being gone so long.
The Laurel County Sheriff's Office says things at the Anders home took a bad turn sometime last night when Shane Anders choked his wife Crystal. And then later in the evening, he allegedly told his wife Crystal she should pour Clorox down her disabled father's throat to take care of the, quote, problem. Then by morning, Crystal's father's caretaker found him nearly dead.
They found an oxygen cord wrapped around her dad, around his neck. It was so tight they had to take a pair of scissors and cut the cord off to save his life.
Deputy Gilbert Achardo says that man is in the hospital now and he is expected to live. But Shane Anders is now in jail facing several charges, including attempted murder.
Just the thought that he's capable of that, especially to someone like Wayne. Wayne was a very gentle man.
The Laurel County Sheriff's Office tells us that during both the alleged assault and then the attempted murder incident, the couple's 10-month-old child was inside this home the entire time. That child is now in the care of a family member. Deputy Achardo tells us both Shane and his wife Crystal were high on meth when deputies got to the scene this morning. In Laurel County, Monique Blair, WKYT.
Police say they also arrested Crystal Anders on some unrelated bench warrants. A Boyle County grand jury has indicted a 15-year-old girl for the murder of her stepmother. Jenna Oakley has been charged as an adult. Last month, police say she killed Rhonda Oakley at a Junction City home, then stole her car. Police say they later found Jenna and her boyfriend, Kenneth Nye, in New Mexico. Her father says he wants her to be punished.
You know, I have no remorse for whatever happens to Jenna. She deserves everything she gets.
Now, police in New Mexico say Nye tried to kill himself in jail and has been on life support, but WDRB-TV is reporting that police now say he has died. New tonight, a man wanted in connection to a home invasion in Lexington is now in custody. Police say 20-year-old Demetrion Boaz turned himself in. He's charged with robbery. Police say multiple people forced their way into a home on Red Mile Road last night as part of a drug-related robbery. During that robbery, police say a 19-year-old suspect and a 22-year-old who was trying to protect a friend were both shot. Police say the 19-year-old also faces a robbery charge. An early test tonight for the UK basketball team as the Cats played against each other. The annual blue-white game also gave fans a preview of what they'll see on the court this season, and it is very exciting. Brian Milam joins us with some of those highlights. Brian?
Now, as you said, the blue-white game from Rupp Arena, it gave us a show tonight, and these guys were entertaining. Let's show you the first half highlights because can't show you all of it. White team in control. Sasha Kalia-Jones knocks down the jumper. His team up by 4. Isaiah Briscoe looking for an improved outside jump shot this season. Thinks about it, pulls the trigger. White leads by 5. He had 39. But the blue comes back. Wenyan Gabriel strong inside. This young man's going to be better and better once he gets bigger and stronger. We're tied at 26. Blue team surges into the lead. Dominique Hawkins, how about you, Mr. Basketball? He scored 8 straight points, including back-to-back threes. Blue team up 45-38. On the break, freshman De'Aaron Fox gets out on a dunk, and this is just something of just a sneak of what's coming up a little bit later in sports. The blue led 57-50, and the blue team would go on to win 110-94. We'll have much more highlights later on in game time. Let's go over to Jim.
And we are talking about a chill in the morning, Brian. Overnight lows likely in the 30s, and then not much better for highs. I'll break it all down next for you.
Now, your hour-by-hour forecast with meteorologist Jim Caldwell.
Chill showing up in the air out there tonight. And the only reason this is a chill is because just a couple of days ago we were in the mid and upper 80s. So 50 degrees here in about a couple of months. You get into about January or February, it's going to feel fantastic. Let's look outside and see what we've got area-wide. A lot of upper 40s are showing up across parts of eastern Kentucky, Jackson, Harlan, down into Williamsburg, Moorhead, Prestonsburg, 50, Lexington, Mount Sterling, Danville. So you're either at 48 or 50 pretty much, just the way it's looking in most locations out there tonight. You compare that to this same exact moment in time yesterday, and we're about 6 degrees cooler. So that nice push of the chill in the air started showing up at least a little bit more so into central Kentucky as opposed to eastern Kentucky, where they're about 15 to maybe up to 20 degrees warmer at this same time. Clouds are still holding on with us tonight, but they will continue to clear up, and that's going to be one of those aiding factors that helps us get down into the 30s, I think, during the overnight hours tonight. So upper 30s, low 40s, that's where a lot of us are going to end up. Either way, that is some pretty chilly stuff. Disturbance still impacting our weather, still bringing some showers across sections of West Virginia and into Ohio here tonight as it's pulling away. We're on the backside of it, so we get more of a northerly wind feeding in those showers, which keeps the rain chances alive. And eventually, that could mean some snow chances for the high elevations of West Virginia. Our football forecast, tailgating looks fine, a little breezy, 57 degrees, that just cool enough. But then you're going to need that jacket, as we are going to go rapidly into the low 50s and 40s by the time you are heading out tomorrow night from Commonwealth Stadium. Here we go, hour by hour through the overnight. By the way, there you see that snow, that wintry precipitation showing up right there, still holding steady. Now, let's get into Saturday afternoon. It's fine out there, a little breezy. I have 15, 20 mile per hour wind gusts expected from time to time. That's what a wind gust is. It's not a constant presence of wind. Milder, though, as we get into your Sunday. Daytime highs are going to be off the charts there, back into the upper 60s, perhaps for many of us. But tonight, what we're going to have to deal with is that strong northerly wind and that cool air mass just hanging out with us. So most cases, mid and upper 30s to start your Saturday morning. So you can see that cold air just kind of locked in all the way down into Tennessee. As a matter of fact, as far as the furthest reaches that it can get. I'm not saying 30s down there, but I'm saying a lot of cold air hanging out with all of us. Here's what our 7-day forecast reveals. 67 by Sunday. Monday, a frontal boundary will drift through the area, so it knocks us down a few degrees. We're at 64. Otherwise, we would have a lot of forward momentum going. We could get back into the 70s easily, but you got a front that kind of shakes things up for us. But overall, Sam, that is about as average of a forecast as it's hard to even say that you can get right there with those 60 showing up.
It's really not bad.
No, we'll be fine.
All right. Thank you, Jim. A busy night across the Bluegrass with UK basketball and high school football. Brian and Lee Kay with all the highlights next in Game Time.
Welcome into this blue-white edition of WKYT High School Game Time. I'm Brian Milam. He is Lee King Howard III.
That is right. We'll have all your high school football highlights coming up. But first, we're talking college basketball because the college basketball season, Brian, is upon us.
Yes, it is. John Calipari and the boys opening up with the blue-white game tonight. Let's go straight to the highlights because this game was highly entertaining. Sasha Kalia Jones knocks down the jumper to put his team up 23-19. Isaiah Briscoe looking for an improved outside shot this season. He stepped back. Gonna give it to him. Might as well take it. 26-21 white team, but the blue comes back. Winion Gabriel. He's gonna go strong inside. We are tied at 26-all. The blue surges into the lead. Dominique Hawkins.
What a night.
Oh, man. 8 straight points, including back-to-back threes. Blue up 45-38. If Dominique gets confidence, look out. On the break, freshman De'Aaron Fox. He will take it straight to the rack. Two-handed slam, 47-39. Blue up 57-50 at halftime. Into the second half, Fox scores 7 quick points, including the follow slam. He had 31. Blue goes up 68-53. Briscoe poured it on. Basket. Watch the spin move.
Oh, wow. I'm watching.
He had 39. That's Isaiah Briscoe with 39. The play that I belonged to Malik Monk. Brought down the house.
No, he didn't.
OMG.
As the kids are saying.
79-66. From there, Monk proceeds to explode. How about one more defense to offense? 360 dunk.
Reminds me of when I was in high school.
26 for Monk. Blue goes on to win 110-94, and Cal can now put all 3 of his guards together.
Overall, John Calipari was happy with it. And now he starts putting it together, practicing with the 3 guards, Isaiah Briscoe, Malik Monk, and De'Aaron Fox.
We got to figure out, we haven't played them all together. We're going to start tomorrow. Will be the first day that I'll play all 3 of those guys together. I had a great meeting with those 3 today, and you know, we got a lot to figure out. It's going to be organic, as it always is here.
Describe that dunk and, you know, the reaction of the crowd and just what it was like, because it brought the house down.
Yeah, no, we just ran a play, like I said before, but me and Fox knew the play. It's called loop. He just dribbled in, I loop around, and that's what happened. And it was open. It usually not that open, but it was open for some reason today, and I just tried to dunk it.
So the Cats now have 2 exhibitions before the season starts. The first one is against Clarion a week from Sunday. In Rupp, Rob Romley, WKYT.
The Cats take the floor again next Sunday, October 30th, 7 o'clock exhibition matchup with Clarion, John Calipari's alma mater. You'll see it on the SEC Network. Raise your hand if you had Kentucky tied for second in the SEC East at the halfway point of the season. Especially given how the Cats got the year they started so bad on that shaky start. Cats get improved to 3-2 in the SEC tomorrow and maintain at least a share of that second place advantage with a win over Mississippi State. One of the reasons for the turnaround, UK's running game has just blossomed. On the off week will only help the big guys up front who do all the blocking.
I think we've gone into the fourth quarter and we've been able to run the ball and finish games out strong in the rushing the ball. And I think it's because a lot of times those guys haven't taken every snap like maybe the defensive lineman has, So I think that's helped us a lot. And yeah, we've been fortunate, knock on wood, that we haven't had a lot of guys injured. So hopefully that continues.
It's a 7:30 kickoff from Commonwealth Stadium. If you're not going, you can catch all the action on the SEC Network. Well, let's see. John Cohen thought that he might get one. Gary Henderson did as well, but new UK baseball coach Nick Mingione will, and he gets to help oversee the construction of a new baseball stadium at UK. The school made the announcement today that a new $49 million facility will be built beginning in February over off Alumni Drive. The 2,400-seat stadium would also have grass berms, bringing the total capacity to 4,000 for regular season games. Construction is expected to be finished by the fall of 2018. And we are just getting, beautiful stadium. Now we got some beautiful high school football highlights coming up. We showed you the basketball, we'll show you the high school football. That's next on Game Time.
Welcome back to Game Time. Now to high school football. The season seems to fly by each year, and this year's no different.
Yeah, this is the next to last week of the regular season. Can you believe that? We start tonight with a good matchup here in town. It's the Roy Walton Bowl at Lafayette. The Generals hosting Tates Creek in this annual event. Now, tonight a city championship was on the line. Lafayette won the district last year with a 1-point win over the Creekers. Tonight, same scenario. Here's Ryan Lemond.
Lafayette jumps out to a quick 21-0 lead before the Commodores come storming back. LaRon Warner, the short touchdown run to cut the lead to 21-7. Tates Creek also had to go to their backup quarterback, Luke Doobie, when starter Cam Workman left with a hand injury. And Doobie throws the 55-yard touchdown pass to Elijah Johnson. That cut the lead to 21-14 at the half. Second half. And on Lafayette's opening drive of the half, Cameron Morgan scoots in, puts the Generals back up 29-14. Then the Lafayette defense makes the big play. Ian Shaw picks it off at midfield, and he takes the Doobie interception back for a pick six. Lafayette led it 36-14. Walker Wood continuing to do Walker Wood things, scores his second touchdown of the game. Generals go on to win it over Tates Creek. Has that hunger been there all season?
Yes, sir.
Always come out and play hard, no matter what the circumstance, if the refs against us or if the other team's against us, you just come out and play no matter what.
It was an emotional week here at Lafayette after the passing of their classmate Trinity Gay earlier in the week. Generals win this one for her tonight, 50-28. Ryan Lemon, WKYT, Game Time.
Thank you, Ryan. Never has LCA opened a season unbeaten after 8 games, but the Eagles have done just that. Tonight, facing their toughest task to date, a trip to Danville, the Admirals have won 5 straight against LCA to Titletown for the district title showdown. First play of the game. Danville's Ellison Stanfield gets the pass from Zach Dampier and takes off down the sideline. A monster gain into the red zone. That'll set up Don Levy-Harris with the run to put the Admirals up on the board first, 6-0. These two waged war a couple of years ago. The game went 58-57. That's what this one basically turned out to be. 3rd and 15, Logan Nevis connects to Ryan Stuckey. Unbelievable grab. And then Stuckey just to punch it in himself. Well, actually, that's Nevis again. The Eagles answer back. Oh, my, look at the score. LCA remains undefeated, taking the district championship from Danville, 42-40.
We head to Henry Clay. The Blue Devils hosting Bryan Station. First quarter, Station back to punt. Tyree Clark blocks the punt. That's going to be recovered by the Blue Devils. They think they have a touchdown or at least a safety, but wait. The officials would get together, and they said there was an inadvertent whistle on the play, so they got to re-punt. But get this, next station possession, Quentin Floyd back to pass, and he's whistled for an intentional grounding, so they do get a safety after all.
Football doesn't lie.
Look at that, 2-0 Henry Clay, still in the first. Greg Couch hands it off to Clark, who takes it in for the touchdown. That made it 8-0 Henry Clay, and Henry Clay gets the win 30-7.
Man, Scott County playing for another district title tonight, hosting Dunbar. And this is the most patriotic entrance in the history of football. I mean, that is great. Down 7-0. This is great, too. Dunbar gets tricky on their own 10. The Dogs fake the punt. Kalen Whiteside hits Markel Yeast. This play is going to go for a lot. How about a gain of 75? Down to the 15. 2 plays later, Gavin Bug up top. Trey Homer is there on the fade. 7, what a grab, 7-6 Scott County with the lead. That was the wake-up call for the Birds. Bryce Fryman takes the handoff. He's going to go 45 yards. It was all Scott County, 73-18.
Big crosstown rivalry is fun. How about West Jessamine at East Jessamine right before halftime with East Jess up 14-7, and West Jess's Nathan Chandler barely gets enough on it to go through the upright. That cuts into the lead. And then in the third, on third down, and East Jess's Kyle Gann runs a little misdirection here. Oh, where is he? Misdirected the camera as well. Almost gets into the end zone. Then this would set up Aaron Fortenberry with the short touchdown run to extend the lead. And East Jess gets the bragging rights tonight. They get the win 20-16.
Boyle County, Western Hills playing for the number 2 playoff seed. Lex Cath has already clinched the title on homecoming.
King and Queen.
Big Green Machine. Wandale Robinson had a nice gain on this play. He had another 90-plus yard TD run earlier before I got there. He had 98 last week. 28-14 Boyle in the third. Jalen Youngblood is pass a little too high, and Boyle's Ben Redelick with the interception. And then Trenton Ashburn will take it the rest of the way for the Rebels from 16 yards out. He will find the end zone, and Boyle County erupts 64-21.
Larry French going for win number 300 tonight. His Southwestern Warriors hosting Pulaski County. Warriors driving, leading 7-0. Brandon Pruitt under pressure throws it up and is picked up by Ricky Maxey inside the 10-yard line. However, the Maroons were not able to capitalize. Southwestern's turn to make the defensive play. Facing a 4th and 23, Wiley Kane brought down for a loss by Austin Upchurch. Pulaski's second turnover on downs of the half. And look at this. Southwestern gets the win. Congratulations, Coach French. 21-6.
More football on the way with game. Anderson County hosting Madison Southern for the district title. And my guy, Logan Mann, coming through on senior night after a scoreless first quarter. Tyler Peters puts the Bearcats in business in the second on the keeper. Rambles and rumbles to the 15. Brendan Labhart is a beast of a young man. All hard on this run. This touchdown made it 7-zip Anderson. But Madison Southern, fueled by their bonfire yesterday, comes back and claims the district title. 28-21 is the final score.
We've run out of some time, but we'll give you the score. The Montgomery County game. Montgomery County beats Woodford County 30-14 tonight.
Next week ends the regular season, and then November, that means playoff football. And next week is just a formality for everybody. Just don't get hurt next week, because next week really doesn't mean that much.
And stay warm, because it's getting cold out there. It actually felt like fall tonight outside.
Tomorrow, it's the Cats and the Mississippi State Bulldogs. We will have all the highlights for you right here. Have a good weekend.